Hello, Tim Romero here once again, and in this tutorial we're going to be talking about the Document Center, which is a really cool, well added new feature to the system. And also I just had a phone call about a half hour ago of someone asking me a question regarding these menu items up here and whether or not they could be hidden for the guests. And once again, I am logged in on two computers, and I'm just going to shuffle over to the Tim Romero computer here for a second so that you can see along the top. It's a little different than the host view, but the guests do have by default access to these meeting tools drop down, and that's so that they can access our help guide and things like that if they need to. These four items there. The audio video wizard, that's in case somebody, didn't check their mic on the way in or whatever, they can do that from here. But there are probably certain times once everybody's in and your meeting's going that you may want to hide these menu items from your guests so they're not clicking around while you're trying to host a meeting and navigating away from any PowerPoints you're trying to display and things like that. So I'm going to show you where to access that first of all, and then we're going to move on to the Document Center training. So to get rid of that bar, I'm back over here on the host computer again. You go to Meeting Room Setup, and it's actually right here, Menu Configuration. And if you click on that, it says Display Menu Navigation for Guests. Okay, I'm going to select No and click OK. And now we're going to shift back over to the guest computer, and as you can see, the only option that Tim now has is to log out. Okay, so anyway, just wanted to touch bases on that real quick just in case you were wondering, and we'll just go ahead and leave that navigation off, and we'll continue on with the Document Center. Now, Document Center is pretty cool, and what this is if you have documents you'd like to distribute, whether it be PowerPoints or PDFs or Excel spreadsheets, etc., you can now do that by going to your meeting tools, and we go to the Document Center, and you can actually see that I have some documents already up here. Okay, one's a PowerPoint, this is just an image, this is a PDF. Once again, you can just about upload any kind of document here. And to do that, you just click here, go to Upload File, and then basically you're going to navigate to where you have that document on your computer. And let me go see if I can find one here real quick. Hold on, let me pause this video just for a sec while I go ahead and find something here to upload. Okay, well here I found something. It says, I know it's not a document, but it's a picture, and you basically do it the same way. There's my son's resume, but I don't know if I want you to see in that. So basically, let me show you this again. I'm going to cancel this. Let's just start all over because I got a little distracted. So to upload a file, you're going to click on that, and then you can just navigate. I saw that at my desktop. This is, once again, basically, this is an image of my band that my son's girlfriend drew of us. So anyway, there you see it's now uploaded to the Document Center. Now, if we shift over to the guest computer, we can now see that he has access. He can actually see what these documents are, but he doesn't have the ability to download them. And that, once again, that is because in order for your guests to do just about anything in the room, including download documents, you're going to have to go here and grant those rights. Okay, now I'm assuming that if you're going to be distributing documents that you want all guests to be able to download the files from your Document Center, and that is right here. So you would click there, granting them the ability to download files. You click OK, and now we're going to go ahead and shift back over to the guest computer, and you can see that download file is now accessible on the guest computer. And for a guest to download that file, all they would have to do is select the file they want to download and click Download File, and then they will be able to download that on this particular computer. It's right here. It is on Google Chrome, and as you know, or may not know, all the downloads are right here. So this has already been saved to this computer, and I can select to open it. As you can see, there's the picture. Okay, so this has actually been downloaded. Again, on certain computers, like if you're using not computers but browsers, normally if you're on a Firefox or a Internet Explorer browser, then normally they're going to see the file open right up around here somewhere. It's going to ask them if they want to save it or open them, etc. So anyhow, that is basically it. It's really that simple. Now you notice when I shifted over here to the document center, there was already some documents up here. So again, if you're planning your meeting, which you should, then what you can always do is pre-upload your documents, and then during the meeting, if you're going through a PowerPoint presentation or something like that, and then you like to shuffle people over to the document center to download any documents, well, you can go ahead and do that. And then also when you're done, you can also click on any of these documents and delete that file, and then it will go away and no longer be accessible. One other thing I want to mention, and this is regarding guest rights. Obviously, you probably don't want all your guests to be able to upload files to the document, but you may have a special guest or a special presenter who has documents they'd like to distribute. And once again, you can actually grant certain rights to individuals. As you can see, Tim Romero has access to private text and the text chat and the download files, but he does not have the ability to upload them at this point. So if I grant permission, and we shift over now over to the back to the Tim computer, you now see that Tim can actually click here to upload a document. Okay, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that because we just showed it. But anyway, back to the host computer. So again, guest rights. I think you're learning more and more about guest rights as you go through these tutorials. But there will be a segment that covers in detail what each one of the guest rights are and how to use them. So let's go ahead and get back to my splash screen. And as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. You'll probably notice my phone number is right there on all these videos. And hopefully this is a helpful one. Love the new document center. It's pretty awesome. We've had people asking for such a thing, and now you have it. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.